Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Training Tuesday. I am Chuck Hoke. I am the National Training Manager here at Dayton Superior. And as always, these classes are intended for training purposes only, and for technical specifications and or products mentioned in this training, please refer back to DaytonSuperior.com. Who is Dayton Superior? Dayton Superior, we like to think of ourselves here as the leading provider of engineered solutions for the concrete construction industry. Whether it be accessories, chemicals, concrete forming, our engineering team, and including our training programs. From bar accessories all the way from bar supports all the way to heavy wall forming, chemicals, whether it be liquids, powders, epoxies, repair or restoration, we have the answer for you. And obviously, forming from our Simons by Dayton Superior product line. So, with this, we have our full array of products from STS all the way down through to steel ply, which is a hand set system, whether it be space lift, backbone, garage beam, any form liners, etc. But we also have a full line of shoring systems, whether it be deck fast, frame fast, shore fast, drop head, soldier beam, or even the Hi-Lite system. And today we are going to talk about that Hi-Lite aluminum shoring system. Now, the Hi-Lite aluminum system is typically available on the West Coast predominantly because that seems to be where the biggest market is for this system here in today's U.S. array. So we have most of our systems here. Most of this system here is available out of our Southern California facility for rent and or purchase. Uh, Hi-Lite is the manufacturer of this system. We have an exclusive contract for the West Coast with them, and they offer a great system in aluminum shoring and systems, whether it be a 12 kip, 16 kip, or 25 kip system. And we're going to talk a little bit about each system, what it is. Now, remember, this is just a brief overview. If you're looking for a more detailed class in regards to, contact Dayton Superior and we can schedule that class for you. So, Hi-Lite concrete support systems. Why Hi-Lite? Well, strength and durability, high capacity, damage resistant, fully 100% reusable, modular, compatible ledgers, which means basically if you have somebody else's beams or ledgers that you need, you can actually use those. Easy attachments, compatible and adjustable components. All the components that are basically you're going to see here are kind of, I'm not going to say totally 100% interchangeable with other product lines, but they are available and can be used with the system. So if you have um, strong back, or if you have strong backs, or if you have whalers or beams or stiff backs, you can actually use these systems with the Hi-Lite system. Now, why economical? No, it's lighter. Fewer components are basically required. This is a very, I mean, when you look at the product list of products that you need to have to do this job, it's a very short list. Less inventory means less cost for you. The other items that you have here, transporting this. Aluminum is up to 50% lighter than steel counterpart. So therefore, transporting it is less, storage of it is less, handling is easier, faster, quicker. So it is safe and efficient, high spacing for safe accessibility. Uh, Basically high enough, light enough to be handset, but actually especially good in really tight areas where you have difficulty getting in with people to double check this system. Here you see a system going in place here. And what you're looking at here is basically this is a two-story system going in. And what you primarily have is you have you have the concrete, you have the basically the frames supporting stringers, which are basically going to be supporting beams, which are going to be supporting that plywood. And that plywood decking is what you're going to be pouring against. So here you see that they've poured the first floor, and then the second floor they poured, and now they're starting to take the first floor and recycle it up to the second floor to actually pour a third floor. So here you see on this picture here, we've got actually a picture of a saddle beam installed here. And you can see how the saddle beam comes down. It drops. It's actually a drop down from the platform. Basically, this can be composed of either a precast component or a cast in place component. And a lot sometimes in these structures, you may also see a steel beam cast in here. And then what you'll have to have is a configuration around it because they want to encase it in concrete. But typically, what you're looking at here is a standard drop down system with a drop down frame coming down through. And then on the right hand side, you're actually looking at 80-foot high framing. So you got frames running all the way from the ground to 80 foot in the air. So, and you'll notice too on this picture on the right here, the floor is not even. It is a sloped floor. So you are seeing that the system is completely adaptable so that even though the floor is sloped in one direction, the upper floors can be actually leveled out or straightened out by basically with all the adjustability within the frame system. So here, heavy duty 16K system is actually being sold. Uh, you got higher loads. You got a heavy duty heavy duty stringer, as you can see up here on top here. And then you've got wood eye joists on top of that that is actually supporting the plywood. So this system here, even though it is not typical, it's not abnormal for them to actually have this system in place. This you see this quite often, heavier duty stringers, and then your beams underneath here can be a multitude of different things, whether it be a prefabricated beam or it can be a wood beam, as you see here, wood eye joist can also be used, or you can use an aluminum or steel joist. Now here we have 25 kip frames basically for a domed ceiling. Uh, and on this dome ceiling, we're going to be supporting everything from 4 foot to 6 foot thick concrete. Uh, so they acquire the additional strength and capacity of the 25 kip uh, frames. So basically, we have the heavy duty frames here supporting a heavy duty stringer, and then the beams in place here. You can see also heavy duty aluminum beams. And in the bottom of this photo, you can also see down at the bottom there, at the bottom of the photo, we're actually supporting the second floor, first floor to second floor with overhang brackets that actually are also available through Dayton Superior. So here we're looking at a one-stop shop for all your forming needs here, uh, whether they be simple or complex. We have the engineers to take care of that and help you out with that solution. Here we have a success story here of the Constellation Station of the LA Metro system in Westwood, California. This is a system we actually worked on a few years back. Basically, a Hi-Lite. We contracted with Hi-Lite, our early partner on this system, to help design and with the engineering. And obviously, a lot of the extra aluminum components that were required that we typically didn't have available. Hi-Lite had those available within their systems. So, like I said, partnering with the right person can make every difference of every project, whether it's going to go smoothly, quick, or easy. Now, the aluminum beams that we talked about. Now, when you're talking aluminum beams, what do you have here? Your aluminum beams basically are an aluminum extrusion, and you can see they have a knockout on top there, either for a rubberized wood or a straight wood filler being put in place here. That enables you to attach the plywood or nail the plywood to it for your plywood face. Now, typically these are 6.5 inch right here. We have other dimensions also available from other beams within our rental fleet based off of your needs for basically what your project is going to entail. So with this system here, we're talking 4.3 pounds per lineal foot for this standard 6.5 inch. And what you're looking at is this is available, these are available from our rental department in 1 foot increments from 4 foot to 21 foot in length. Now our aluminum beams continued. Here's our 7.25 inch aluminum beam. Now this here is, you can see it has, it is an extrusion. It is symmetrical, so it is the same on top as it is on the bottom. Typically, you're looking at weight about 4.75 pounds per lineal foot. Once again, available from 4 foot to 21 foot in 1 foot increments. Uh, Typically, you have the slots on the top and the bottom. They're there because standardized product and attachment typically within the aluminum beam system typically shows and will adapt whether you're using this system or the other any other system within the marketplace, thus reducing inventory requirements for you. Our 12 kip shoring system, the frame, the system itself basically is half the weight of steel. You have serrated treads on the top ledgers. And what that does is enables you, if you have to actually place your foot on it, etc., you don't have to worry about it slipping. It will actually help grip this, gives you an area that you can basically use as shoring, basically a shore post for your foot to actually rest it while you're constructing the project. Um, and basically you have cross members, the jet locks, basically every 2 foot on the system. The jet locks are typically used to attach any of your cross bracing coming in, and we'll talk about cross bracing in a little bit here. But those cross braces typically have that many access points for your cross bracing, makes adjustability really quick and easy. The 16 tip shoring system, high strength, high, high, high strength, lightweight alloy aluminum, and continuous T-bolt slots on the legs allow for attachment of the legs at any location. So basically, you can actually run all the component legs up and down. This makes life a heck of a lot easier for with all that adjustability. You have extension tubes that you can be placed at 6 inches from the top down, so everything is pre-drilled, ready to go. So if you want to use an extension tube in, you can actually do that. You have horizontal ledgers are available in 4 foot, 6 foot, and 7 foot. Excuse me, 4 foot, 5 foot, and 6 foot. If I learn how to read inches, we'd be good. So 4, 5, and 6 inches, 4, 5, and 6 feet. You have interlocking T-head bolts in here that will actually lock in with the system here, basically for all your cross members and all other components within the system. Now the 12 kip shoring frames. Typically you've got standard width is 4 foot. You also have that available in a 5 foot and 6 and 8 foot width, or excuse me, height. Let's change this. You have a 4 foot high, width wise, you've got availability of 2, 4, and 6 foot. But in height, you've got basically an availability of 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot, and 8 foot in height. So you can then play with what you actually have to put what pieces together to accommodate what height you really need for your shoring. The 16 kip system, once again, heights are going to be 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot, and 8 foot. The width, once again, is going to be 2 foot, 4 foot, 6 foot, and those vary based off of the height required. The 25 kip shoring frames, pretty similar to systems here. Comes available 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot, 8 foot, and the height. The width on these is also 2, 4, and 6 foot. So you have availability to change any of these that may be needed or required to accommodate your job site. To also work with any of your shoring systems, we have 12 kip shoring jacks available for the 12 kip system. Basically, they 48 millimeters, basically 1.9, just under two, a little bit under 2 inches, but it also has a Dewey Dag screw jack, which actually means that it has a much faster thread compatibility, so you can run the nuts up and down relatively quick and easy. And the adjusted, you have basically 24 inches of adjustability, whether you're using a base screw base or a top jack with this. So you've got a lot of adjustability with this system to accommodate sloped or pitched floors or ceilings, whatever you're looking at with it. With the 25 kip system, you've got actually 32 inches long with 24 inches of adjustability. So you've got roughly 8 inches of embedment into the frame itself, basically in two different forms. You have a fixed and a swivel head. You can also get this with a fixed plate, or you can get it with a quick release pin or whatever to accommodate whatever need, whether you're supporting a beam, uh, whether you're going to be attaching a uh, supplementary beam to it. You can actually attach a steel plate to that to actually without quick release pins or with a couple of screw bolts also. The extensions. Extension tubes typically are available to give additional height to the frame in 6 inch increments. They typically are available in 3 foot, 4 foot, uh, and typically you're going to have a maximum extension with a 3 foot. You're going to get 21 inches maximum, and basically somewhere in and around, I'm going to say 48 inches of adjustability also with it, or excuse me, uh, the 48 is going to give you about 36 inches worth of adjustability. So base plates can be connected to the extension tubes with fine adjustment. You don't have any fine adjustments required. This basically, the screw jacks can actually make all of the adjustments within this system. The extension tubes themselves, typically recommended for the following purposes: extend the height of one or both legs of the frames. When coarse or rapid adjustment is required, uh, you can basically adjust these relatively quick and easy, especially with that Dewey Dag thread on the saddles. And you can basically accommodate sloped or uh, uneven grade applications. Most of the connections here can all be made with the SHSPU, which is an E pin or E clip, whatever you want to call it. Uh, Basically, that is just one that slides in. on both the extension tube and on the solid brace, and then what is gets pinned into location. Now the saddle beams here, saddle beams are made from standard lengths. Typically, you're looking at 6.5 inch high strength aluminum beams with special bracket at each end to enable them to transfer load and concrete drop beams to the frame legs. So basically what this is allowing you to do is to form your drop head. It allows you to put the drop head in place here where you would actually have a beam that's actually going to sit on top of your ledger and then basically help support the concrete load that's going to be put on there from that concrete drop head. Okay, here we have our cross section, cross bracing. And as you can see, we've got availabilities here, quite a few different varieties of them. Now, one thing that we've actually done is we've taken Hi-Lite has actually done is they actually have color coded all of the cross members to actually accommodate whether you're using a 4x2 all the way up through to a 10x4. Uh, as far as what your framing pattern is going to be, and basically what you're going to be looking at is your dimension of A, which is the overall length, and by B, the height of the how high you're going to be going up above it. And as you can see, the height is always an increment of 2 because the pin locks are actually only every 2 foot on center. So that makes sense that they have to be within range here of 2 foot so you can actually make that connection. It's what the distance is of how far out you're spacing the frames. It's what you're going to be looking at. And we've color coded all of the cross frames to actually make life easier. When we refer to it on the drawings, you will actually see what color code is required. Also on the 12-kip shoring system, you're seeing tower capacities here. Now, when we're talking 12-kip, the 12-kip typically means that the capacity for that top is relative for basically that shore is basically going to be 12,000 pounds. So what you're looking at is maximum leg capacity for these here. And when you're looking at a one type application, which is the shortest leg, either 6 foot by 6 foot height wise, you're looking at that it's only got a 10 kip capability. I should say a little bit over 10 kip is about 10,200 pounds. Uh, so what this does here, with the screw jack and everything labeled on top of it, you're just a hair under that 12,000. But once you get over your 3 location, which is with your extension tubes, you are now getting up into the 12 kip capacity of this system with the cross bracing. Why 25 kip flow shores? Well, quick, easy, light, heavy duty capacity, and it is light. It's 50% lighter than any steel shores that we have. Required minimal maintenance for taking care of converting these over. Easily converted to shoring frames, so you can take the same components and make it into a shoring frame. Quick and easy to handle, reusable, require minimal maintenance, reduce material costs, transportation, lower expense on the site because obviously handling and everything plays a big part in setup and use and application. So that's why you want to actually sit back and look at what aluminum can actually provide to you as actually a safe and working system. Now, with all the systems that we've got here, we have actually any product systems and product landing pages, application guides, success stories, some brochures, and who to contact on our website. You can find just basically go into the search bar, click Hi-Lite, and you will actually come up to different uh, brochures and or product system pages that will actually come in. If you need to find out who's your sales rep in the area, I think there is also on the site under contact us, a location where you can actually look up your Simon salesman based off where you are located. And if you do have any additional help required or whatever, we have some brochures and information from direct from Hi-Lite that we can actually help provide any answers that you may be looking for. And if you have any questions since this, we went through this. This is just a quick overview of what we have available. And if you are interested, please contact us at DaytonSuperior.com or take a shot of that QIR code down at the bottom there and drop a note off to Heidi or myself. We can get you information on the Hi-Lite shoring system. With that, I'd like to say thank you and have a great day.